Welcome to the first lesson of PUC first year computer science for commerce, arts, as well as science students. In the first chapter, we're going to make an attempt to develop a fundamental understanding of what exactly is a computer, what are its characteristics, the history of evolution of a computer, that is the modern computer, some common applications of the computer, different types of computer, and how do we go about understanding their usage in different common applications. We are all aware that we are living in the age of information or the age of computers. If I ask you to find an area where computers is not used in day-to-day life today, it's going to be extremely difficult for you. Computers have infiltrated our life into virtually every aspect. Even the online classes you're attending using your smartphone is courtesy the modern computer. If you want to book an online ticket for traveling, you use a computer. If you want to give your exam of driving license, you also use a computer. If you want to play video games, you're using a computer. If you want to watch movies, you're using a computer. If you want to look at the weather forecast, you're using a computer. So, computer has got wide applications, and in modern life, it has become an inescapable part of our life. Computers on its own is useful, but when computers combines with communication applications, it gives you a lot of power. For example, computers permit you to do chats, to send emails, to do online banking, to book railway tickets, to book train tickets, and so on. So, if you look at it, what I have been able to tell you so far is it is inescapable that we are using computers in every aspect of our life. The reason most of you would have made a choice for computers is it's going to be your key to a good career, because in any field you're going to work, it is essential to have a very sound understanding of the fundamental concepts of a computer. If you can learn programming through first and second year PUC, your life is set and you will have wonderful opportunities and highly rewarding financial career ahead of you. Now, let's first try to understand what exactly is a computer. So, a computer may be thought of as a simple box which takes some input, it processes that input, and provides us an output for us. Now, let's try to understand this term input, output, and process. Say, for example, I want to calculate the average height of your class. Let's say there are 150 students in your class. So I ask all the heights of all the 150 students. So that forms my input. Then, using a simple calculation, I am going to add all the heights and divide it by 150. So in the process, I am calculating the average of the heights. And finally, on the computer screen, I am displaying the height of the class, that is height of 150 students. So a computer in simple terms is a machine which takes input, processes that, and outputs it. So if you look at it input, I provided input data to a computer. I provided certain calculations which are known as instructions. Using the data and working on the instructions, I was able to produce output by a computer. Now let's say I have to find the average height of thousands of classes in the entire state of Karnataka. So here obviously it is not just entering data for 150 people. It is could be millions or even crores of students. So in order to do that, I'll be required to store the data and instructions on the secondary hard disk, read it onto the main memory, process it out, and produce the output. So let's try to further escalate our understanding. So a computer is simply an electronic machine. Okay, just like you have your car, which is a machine, your motorbike is a machine. A computer is an electronic machine. What does a computer do? It takes an input, processes that input based on instructions we supply, and provides us the output. Input is generally given through a keyboard. Processing is done by the CPU or the central processing unit, and the output is generally provided on the printer or on the screen. Now, the difference between a computer and me and you doing things is computers perform calculations at an extremely high speed. In addition to that, they are able to store and process data after recalling it. Suppose I have a large volume of data, I can put it onto the hard disk or the storage, take it up for processing. That is, after reading the data and instructions from the input device, I put it onto the storage, process it, and display it on my screen or on the printing machine. Let's try to briefly understand two terms: what is data and what is instructions. Your age, your height, these are examples of data. What is instructions? Suppose I say, take the height of all the 150 students, calculate the average. So that is an instruction to do a particular action. So a series of such instructions constitutes your program. So a computer is a machine which reads in data based on a series of instruction, processes that data, and provides us the necessary output. So this completes our first mini lecture. In our subsequent sessions, on the basis of maybe another 15 to 18 mini lectures, we are going to complete this first lesson.